Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we're going to be going over the final event mission for the new Fuso sister ship skin. This one is the personal mission, so you can only do it by yourself. You cannot have any other help. However, you do have two bot North Carolinas on your team. And what you'll be facing is a UFO with 350,000 health points and two Kaga universes that have 30,000 health points each, and those spectacularly dangerous dive bombers that we had a glimpse of yesterday when they immediately took out the bot North Carolina and Ultimate in about 30 seconds. Honestly, I have not beat this mission yet. I've tried it with this ship, I've tried it with Lioning, and I've also actually tried it with Warstar too, because you really need to have as much AA defense as possible. And I've actually made it so the ship is fully AA. I have the module, and I actually switched over my gun officer from Illinois. So I have crack gunner, high speed aiming, secondary battery extension, AA defense, and burn the ship behind. I don't think I have that skill yet since it's not 100%, but we're working on it. So I have as much AA defense as possible. My guns are AA guns shoot out to almost 8 kilometers now. So before I actually play this game, I do want to let you know which chips I would recommend to use at this tier. And this is for matchmaking 8.5 and above. So if you're going to use destroyers, the destroyers with the highest AA defense, first one is Akazuki at 175 DPS. Then there's Gearing at 153, Timmerman at 142, Fletcher and Halford have the same at 129, and Daring has 120 damage per second. Now, I do not recommend to use a destroyer whatsoever. The only reason you would ever use a destroyer in this event is if you wanted to use the smoke screen to try and conceal yourself. But if you're concealed, you can't see the aircraft, so you can't shoot them anyways. So not really a strong factor. If you want to use cruisers, the strongest one is Worcester with 377 DPS. Next is Des Moines and the Space Des Moines Newport News at 350. And then in third, there's Neptune and Minotaur, which are both pretty similar at 341 and 340 DPS respectively. And then for fourth, you have Alnevsky and also Cheyenne at 324 and 322 respectively. They're about the same. And then finally, we have Magdeburg, or the top German cruiser, at 316 DPS. For battleships, which is what I do recommend, or at least, well, the cruisers aren't bad, especially the British ones. You also have the ability to use their smoke, but still, yeah, battleships, Ohio or Louisiana, however you want to say it, Montana, and this ship in particular all have the highest at 581 DPS. Next is Illinois at 562. Then you have Iowa and Missouri, which both have 502. Then you actually have a French battleship, Charlemagne, which has 471 DPS. And then France and L3, or as I've renamed her, Centurion, actually have about the same as well at 452 and 450 DPS respectively. So those are the top AA defense battleships, cruisers, and destroyers of matchmaking 8.5 and higher. And this is compared to all of them. So yeah, those are the top recommendations. If I wanted to narrow it down to only 5, I would say any version of Montana, any version of Iowa, um, any top American cruiser, and that would be about it. Yeah, anything American will always have good AA, and you can definitely use that. All right, so full AA. The trick is to light the carriers on fire and to keep them from launching aircraft, and also sometimes the UFO will go to your left, which will put it behind an island and it'll run aground, so you won't actually have to face it. but sometimes it'll also go to your right, in which case you are bow onto it and you're in a spot where you're immediately in laser and almost secondary range. So hopefully it'll go to the left this time. Now this mission does take up all of your fuel, so you can only do it at least once a day. Yeah, I don't need any points. I already have the final rewards. However, after yesterday's mission for the ultimate mission, I got a flag. It has XIE on it. I'm not quite sure what it means, so if anyone who watches this knows what that's in regards to, feel free to let me know. Alright, so this is the map. Now, this bot is going to be absolutely worthless because it'll go forward and run aground right here, where my blue triangle is, and will not actually be able to shoot anything. And then this one is going to go out and immediately be dive bombed into some mission. So we do have full AA, and we're going to put our fighter up, and let's see what we can do. We need high explosive, because you cannot citadel these Kagas. Now you actually have a choice. You can either stay here with this bot and use your AA to defend this one, or you can move forward with this one and sacrifice this one. You cannot do both. I'm actually going to move forward. Ah, good. Okay, so the UFO is going on the left, which means that it's going to go behind that big island there, and it'll hopefully run aground somewhere at the bottom of C4. We'll see. Okay, so we see the first carrier. Let's send high explosive shells downrange to try and light her on fire. And here come the dive bombers. You can get an amazing number of aircraft kills in this mission. I think I was hitting like 150, 160 aircraft kills. Alright, so I need you on fire. You're not lighting on fire. Look at how much damage this North Carolina is taking. And this is from both carriers. Okay, we got a fire on one. And the North Carolina is automatically dead. And this one's already going down as well. You can see how almost impossible it is to win this one. And both bots are already dead, and it hasn't even been 2 minutes. Right, so we got double fire on that carrier. Switching focus. Now we're under attack. They kind of look like little UFOs as well. They're just honestly annoying. And I'd like to shoot down as many as possible. I don't know if these carriers actually have a limit to how many aircraft they can carry. And honestly, I don't really want to find out. So the fire went out on that one, but we were able to set another one. We set 2 actually. So now we just have to play the game of how many fires can we set before we run out of health. And I also have to keep them spotted. It's good right now that the UFO is behind that island. It's not running aground though as I wanted to. Okay, so we have a fire on that one. And we're going to try and put some more downrange. However, I don't think these are going to be pretty good shots. Okay, I need a fire with this last salvo. Yes, okay, good. We got it. They're still able to launch a little bit of aircraft, but not as much as if they were not on fire. And honestly, you can knock down almost an entire squadron by yourself. My only concern now is that the carrier to the north is now behind the island, and I cannot burn her completely out. We got a double fire in this one, but we're still going to be taking some major damage here. And it's not like they're torpedo bombers, so you can't go next to the island and use the island to block them. Alright, so yeah, this that Kaga is going to be able to launch aircraft at me without me able to do anything in return. So let's actually turn around. And so we got one of the carriers. The other one is almost down. We're still going to be taking a bunch of damage though. So I'm going to try and go this way and get around the island to finish off this Kaga, or at least set it on fire again. And then I have to see what I should do about this UFO, because I've never actually had to shoot the UFO yet. I haven't even been able to get past the carriers yet. So it's a good thing we still have 2 more heals. We're doing okay-ish. Having full AA on the strongest AA ship or battleship definitely helps. Alright, so I need another fighter in the air. Alright, where is this carrier? I need to see this carrier. There she is. Alright, let's light some more fires. Awesome, double fire. Cool. It also helps that Montana's really good at HE spamming. Alright, so the carrier is down. And now I need to run, because even though I beat the carriers, the UFO is still a major threat. Okay, so it looks like high explosive is able to go through this shell. Regardless, I need to get out of secondary range. And I need to heal, but it doesn't matter because that laser is going to kill me anyways. I don't know how to beat this level. I'm just going to run away. But that laser is going to kill me in the next 2 shots. Alright, so I'm not sure if I should go undetected and try and get around. Ooh, okay, so maybe you can citadel it pretty easily. Why am I still in secondary range? I'm almost 11 kilometers away. I don't really want to give broadside right now, so I'm just going to keep heading away. And we're down to less than 1,000 health. And there we go. We're done. Alright, we gave it our best shot. I honestly don't know how. That's the best I've ever done. I was able to beat both carriers and start working on the UFO, but it wasn't enough. So that was 726,000 damage. 2 ships sunk, 111 shell hits, 105 aircraft shot down, 4 citadels, 12 fires, 4 secondary hits. But it still was not enough to make it past this mission. If you have any recommendations on how I can do better, or if there's a better ship, I don't know. But I'm taking the strongest AA ship with all the buffs I can put on her, and I'm just barely able to deal with the carriers, much less the UFO. So unfortunately, today's video is going to be a defeat, but that's how it is. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And tomorrow we're going to be going back to the normal review of ships. So we just finished up the German ones before the event. That means we will be starting with the British battleships and then the battle cruisers. I'm not going to do them all at the same time. I kind of see them as 2 separate lines anyways. So tomorrow we'll be going over Dreadnought, which is actually a pretty good ship, even at the slow tier. So if you like the video, again, make sure you like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow when we go over Dreadnought. Take care.